Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so have you ever noticed how some people can just walk into a room and boom, instant respect? They don't yell, they don't pick fights, they literally just exist, and nobody messes with them. They're treated like absolute royalty. But then, in that exact same room, with the exact same people, there are others who constantly get walked all over, treated like doormats. So what does this all mean? Why does this happen? Today we're going to dive into the fascinating hidden dynamics behind this. We're drawing directly from some incredibly insightful source material to uncover the real secret to commanding instant respect.
Look, if you've ever been interrupted mid-sentence, right when you're trying to make a crucial point, or if you constantly have your plans canceled on you at the literal last minute, or maybe you're always the butt of the joke in your friend group, man, you know exactly how much that hurts. It makes you feel invisible, like you just don't matter. You might smile, you might pretend it's fine, but it really stinks. Well, our source material today reveals something pretty profound. This isn't just bad luck. It's actually happening because of unseen signals that you are actively, albeit unknowingly, broadcasting to the world.
The core premise here is just incredibly empowering. Disrespect? It's not an accident. It happens because you're sending signals that essentially tell people, hey, you can treat me badly. You obviously don't mean to send them, but you do. But here is the fantastic news. Stopping just 4 specific, super common behaviors will flip the script entirely. You don't need to become mean. You don't need to get loud. You just need to stop these signals.
All right, let's dive into this very first behavior. Stop the big reactions.
So, when someone disrespects you, your natural instinct is probably to get visibly upset, right? You want to defend yourself, explain exactly why they're wrong, or maybe even yell a little. But doing that actually gives the other person total power over you. It shows them that they got to you. And human nature dictates that people will just keep doing the things that give them power. That old reaction, getting emotional and explaining, it just fuels the fire. The new reaction is completely different. You notice the disrespect, you look right at them, you name the behavior calmly, and then you go completely quiet. Just let the silence hang. When you stay calm and simply refuse to blow up or let it slide, it makes the person who disrespected you incredibly uncomfortable. They simply don't know what to do, and they almost always start backing down. And this brilliantly illustrates what we can call the menu metaphor. The source shares this amazing story about a guy whose friend kept making these annoying burger flipper jokes at his expense. Now, instead of laughing along to be cool or blowing up in anger, he finally changed his approach. The next time it happened, he looked at his friend and said 3 simple words. That is disrespectful. He said it calmly, with absolutely no smile, as if he were just reading an item off a restaurant menu. And guess what? The whole group went dead quiet. The friend apologized immediately and never did it again. You aren't getting emotional here, you're just calling it out. It's a total game changer.
Moving right along to number 2, recognizing your time is valuable.
Think about doctors for a second. Why do we respect their time so much? Well, it's because they make us wait. Their time is valuable, you wait for them, they don't wait for you. On the flip side, if you're instantly available to everyone at all hours of the day, your time inevitably seems kind of worthless to them. Look at this instantly available timeline. It's 11 p.m., you get a text. By 11:01 p.m., you've replied, and by 11:02 p.m., you've already agreed to do a massive favor. The source points out that answering every late-night demand instantly trains people to treat your time like garbage. Why? Because you're acting like it's garbage. You're giving it away for free, instantly, to anyone who asks.
Now, contrast that with this second timeline. The message still comes in at 11 p.m., but you deliberately wait, you read it the next day, and when you do reply, you just say, let me check. You aren't playing games here. You are demonstrating that you have a life that doesn't just stop for everyone else. When you make people wait, even just a little bit, and use phrases like, let me check, you teach them that your time actually matters. They go from demanding your time to saying, hey, thanks for making time.
Okay, behavior number 3 to tackle. Confront bad treatment immediately.
Look, most of us accept bad treatment because, let's be honest, we're terrified of conflict. Saying something just feels deeply uncomfortable. But the source highlights a really hard truth. Staying quiet only guarantees you're going to get more of that exact same bad treatment. You're basically showing them they can walk all over you without any consequences. Staying quiet might help you avoid a temporary awkward moment, sure, but it builds massive resentment for months and it signals profound weakness. Speaking up immediately, keeping it clear, calm, and direct sets firm boundaries. The source shares this great anecdote about a coworker who constantly dumped his extra work onto him. For months, he stayed quiet just to avoid seeming difficult. Finally, he just said, no, that's your job. I'm not doing it. He held firm. And you know what happened? The coworker stopped asking and, remarkably, actually respected him way more after that. People respect boundaries when you actually enforce them.
And now we arrive at number 4. Stop proving your worth. Let's see how this builds to the most powerful shift of all. For our explainer today, this right here is the absolute core of the message. It's the hardest one to implement for sure, but it is absolutely vital. You have got to stop trying to prove your worth. The source defines true confidence in a way that is just incredibly clarifying. It's simply owning your worth without needing to prove it. Think about your own reactions for a minute. When someone questions your idea, do you instantly launch into a frantic 5-minute explanation? Do you list every achievement you've ever had just to prove they should listen to you? That desperate need to defend your choices is a massive signal to the room that you do not believe you are enough. People who truly know their worth, they never defend it. They just exist, and everyone feels it.
This contrast is literally everything. The old habit is basically seeking permission, right? Talking in circles, giving these exhausting 10-minute explanations just to justify why you made a simple choice. But the new habit? It's owning your value. When questioned, you simply say, "I'm comfortable with my decision," or "I know what I'm doing." That's it. No proof, no desperate explanation. The source emphasizes that confidence is contagious. If you act like you need to endlessly earn respect, people will make you keep earning it forever. But if you act like you already deserve it, they'll just believe you. Your worth is not up for debate.
Which leads us perfectly into the final overarching theme. Own your inherent value.
To synthesize this whole journey, the grand realization here is that we aren't actually adding any new complicated social skills. Actually, scratch that. It's more like we're just removing the weak habits that are currently covering up your strong, real, inherent self. So, the crucial point is summarized right here with these 4 behaviors to stop today. Reacting big, being instantly available, accepting bad treatment, and desperately proving yourself. The source issues a really great challenge. Pick just one of these behaviors to stop today. Next time a situation pops up, catch yourself doing the old behavior and just stop. Try the new one. The promise is that by doing this, within just a few months, you're going to organically transition from being treated like a doormat to commanding genuine respect.
I want to wrap up this explainer by leaving you with a deeply provocative thought from the source. Stop waiting for permission to be respected. You already deserve it. Just sit with that for a second. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices. Start naturally owning your value today. Stop defending your worth and just watch how fast the world changes how it treats you. So, which of these...
Welcome to this